Right guys, so what I'm going to be doing now is showing you how to set the gun up. Always make sure these pipes are clear as well, so check inside here, inside the air valve here. Check your pipes are clean, because obviously that gun is producing air all the time. As you can feel when I pull that trigger, the air is coming out of there. So make sure that is consistent, and that will consistently keep the pot pressurised. Right, so at the moment I've got 0 paint now and 0 air. So what I'll do is I'll open my air up so it just starts flowing a little bit. So, and then I'll adjust my fan to the dot position. And what I'll do is I'll just open my paint up until I see it coming out of that. And then what I'll do is I'll adjust my fan. So now I've just pulled the trigger all the way back and open that fan up with the paint. The paint up, just so I got this little sort of ball of paint here. And what I'll do is I'll just adjust my fan a tiny bit, and if you want to move it just a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll just adjust it over, and then I'll keep doing it until I find my width. But you see now, I've got less paint. So what I'll do is I'll just touch this dial a tiny bit, right? And you'll see, as I do that again, you'll start getting more paint, and I'll just find that sweet spot there. Right, and then if I want to make the fan, you've got to understand, the bigger that I make this fan, the more paint I'm going to need to add. So what I'll do again now, so that paint, that air is not even open a tiny bit. So depending how much you want, I normally spray this about halfway out. So stay there. But again, if you're doing very controlled situations, I'd have less air, a little bit less paint. So I'd be like, I'd be doing intricate spindles, say, I would be getting come out like that. And this is done with a 1.5, guys, yeah, so you can see I've thinned the paint hardly anything, and it's still coming through a 1.5. So there's no need. The 1.8 is better because if you're using primers and stuff, or you would go up to a 2mm, but this is fine for the intricate. If you're spraying bigger jobs, you're doing kitchen doors, I'll probably bring it up to 1.8, but I can make that paint go a lot faster. So what I do is I'll open that fan up a tiny bit more, yeah, and find my sweet spot again. So again, delicate work. If I want to make that bigger now, so what I'll do is I'll make the fan bigger. And then I'll adjust my paint more. A bit more. There, so now if I'm doing bigger doors. And again, if I wanted more paint than that, then I can go a bit more. I can just adjust a bit more paint. But it's important, just do a little bit at a time. You can see. And you can see now the finish is nice and atomised. All the way around.